All right, chapter 2, last section, the coordinate system. Let's go. All right, so some quick review. Coordinates have an x and a y coordinate, and they are written like this: x comma y. So it'd be like -4 comma -2. Now we're going to actually get into all four directions instead of just going one quarter or one quadrant, but we'll get into that in just a second. So quadrants, the x and y axes are separates the coordinate plane into four different regions. So when we go, I have my x-axis going across, my y-axis going up and down, it goes counterclockwise. Number one's on the top right, two's on the left, three's on the bottom left, and four's on the bottom right. So just know that it goes counterclockwise, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just in case you're not a big Roman numerals fan. All right, so the y-axis actually does extend above, and same with the x-axis, it goes over. The origin is in the middle now instead of on the bottom left, now that we're going four different directions. So recall that a point looks like this. So if I was going to do -4, -2, I'm actually going to start at origin, and since it's a negative number, I'm going to go left. So I'm actually going to bounce 1, 2, 3, 4 over, and then I'm going to go down 2, 1, 2. And that's how I get the point here. So that's how I get point P. All right, write the ordered pair that names point P. So point P is over here. There's several of them, R and Q. We're probably going through all three of them, heads up. Spoiler alert. All right, so the x coordinate, if we count over, is 4. The y coordinate looks like it goes down, so down 2. So my y is going to be 4, -2 would be the ordered pair that they want. And make sure you have your parentheses and commas when you get your final answer there. All right, point Q is over on the left. So the x coordinate, I start at the origin, 1, 2, 3. To the left is going to be negative, so -3. Looks like I go down 1, so it's a -1. So down is negative, up is positive. So my coordinate is going to be -3, -1. All right, point R. So it looks like I go over to the right two spaces, 1, 2. And it doesn't go up or down, so that means it's actually going to be 0. So if it just stays on that axis there. So my coordinates for this is going to be 2, 0. All right, try these out. All right, so M, I'm going to go over 2. So my x coordinate is going to be -2. And my y coordinate, I go down 3. So -3. I'm actually going to write this on the other side now. N is 4 over and down 1. So -4, -1, and P is doesn't go over at all, so it's 0, -2 when I count down. 1, 2, 0, -2. All right, so graph the point. So we're going to graph -1, -5. So x means it goes over 1 and down 5. So let's end up down here. Let's see what they do. Start at the origin, move 1 unit to the left, and then we're going to move 5 units down and then draw our dots. Well, then name the quadrant that the point is in. Don't forget the second half of the question. You will lose 50% if you forget half of it. And then you get to do corrections. Yay! So point S is in quadrant 3, because it's 1, 2, 3. All right, graph and label each point in the coordinate plane, then name the quadrant that the point lies in. All right, so U means I'm going to go start at the origin, move 2 units to the left, then we're going to go up 3 units. Coordinates, if I label them all out, is in quadrant 2. So your answer is actually going to be this, and then I'm going to have somewhere in there where it says quadrant 2. All right, graph this one and label the quadrant. Oh, this is a tricky one. All right, so we start at origin. Since it's on the x-coordinate is 0, it just stays there. We're just going to go down 3, draw our dot. It is not technically in any quadrant, since it's not fully in 1. I have seen some students try to say this is in 3 and 4. I think it's easier just to say it's not in any one quadrant, so we can't say which one it is. Oh, lovely, I forgot to erase things. That's okay. All right, so first we're going to do letter A. So we're going to go over 3 and down 4. It's going to be A. And that's going to be in quadrant 4. Oh, graph and label. So when it says and label, I need to actually write 3, -4, and the letter. -2 and +1. Going to go here, so that's going to be B. It's going to be -2, 1, and then 4 is going to, and that's going to be in quadrant 2. So quadrant 2, that's in quadrant 4. And -4, 0 is going to end up here. C is going to be -4, 0. And that's in no quadrant. Nice way to abbreviate that there. All right, A, quadrant 4, B, quadrant 2, C, not in any quadrant. All right, so this is where it gets a little complicated. Hopefully we don't go too much here, and I think you're going to have one of these on your homework. The difference between two integers is 4. X represents the first integer, y is subtracted from it. Make a table of values for possible x and y's, then graph the ordered pair, and then describe the graph. Okay, so multiple steps here. The hardest part here is actually just getting started. So the difference would be subtraction of two integers equals 4. So first we make a table. So it'd be x is the first integer, and then y is subtracted from it, and they will equal 4. So 2 minus a -2 will add up to 4. 1 minus a -3 will equal 4. 0, -4 is going to be 4. -1 plus 5 comes out to 4. 2 and 6, and then it goes so on and so forth. It's usually easiest just to do the 2 around 0, just to make your life easier on your graph. Then we're going to graph these points. It says I graph the ordered pairs and describe what the graph does. All right, so we put these ordered pairs on the coordinate plane. We're going to do them one at a time. So I have 2, -2, 1, -3, 0, -4, and so on. It keeps working its way down. Okay, so how would I describe this? The points on the graph are in a line. If I drew a line straight through it, that slants downward to the left, and you could say and rises to the right maybe. We also will say, later on, this will say this is a positive line graph, but we're not to that point yet. So a negative would go this way, a positive would go this way. And it crosses the y-axis at -4. It's another way to describe it. Again, that's going to help us later on. And that's all we have.